maybe tell to you how I see it all, this fantasy of the avant-garde film, the independent film, all the showcases, manifestations.
It's not only my dreams. My belief is that all these dreams are yours as well. And the only distinction between me and you is that I can articulate them. And that is what poetry or painting or literature or filmmaking is all about. It's as simple as that. And I make films because I have not learned anything else. And I know I can do it to a certain degree. And it is my duty, because this might be the inner chronicle of what we are. And we have to articulate ourselves, otherwise we would be cows in the field.
So he created cinema to record and to celebrate that girl. But the devil did not like that. Created an independent filmmaker and said, you will make movies and you will record and celebrate life.
To me, the great hope is that now these little 8mm video recorders and stuff are coming around. Some just people who normally wouldn't make movies are going to be making them, and suddenly, and make a beautiful film with her little father's camera recorder. And for once, the so-called professionalism about movies will be destroyed forever, and it'll really become an art form. That's my opinion.
I'm often asked why, how do I film trees or just nature or landscape as such. And to be honest, I just think it's so organic. We live in a place. It can be a room, it can be a city, it can be the countryside, it can be a mountain, whatever. And we have to shoot people and objects in these places, or these places constitute the film as such. But I don't give landscape any particular importance. Not more importance than the one I would give a chair if I'm making a shot of a chair, or of a boy, or of a toy. It's all the same. And the two most definitive things of cinema, which are the frame, and even more and more difficult to define, the time you push on the button that says play, are the two things that no one can really teach you how to do. There are some rules for framing, but these are superficial. And there are no rules at all for the time you have to press on a button. And this all just shows your personality and the way you look. And I just shoot the way I can.
Cinema is a language. It can say things, big abstract things, and I love that about it. Some people are poets and have a beautiful way of saying things with words, but cinema is its own language, and so you can express a feeling and a thought that can't be conveyed any other way. It's a magical medium. For me, it's so beautiful to think about these pictures and sounds flowing together in time and in sequence, making something that can be done only through cinema.
We're drowning in images, and we don't know what 99% of them mean. So this is, I think, the job of people who work with images and to give a context to them, because our eyes are just exhausted every day with so many images, and also the speed is really so much faster, so we don't have time to process what they mean. So I think that, and sometimes they don't mean anything.
It's music. You know, film's music. It's like you don't know why it works. It appeals to your subconscious. You either get a rhythm or you don't. You know, it's music for me.
Well, I don't really know cinema, but it's the medium that I use, that I'm comfortable with, on issues of understanding life, understanding humanity. So, and I'm using it as my platform, as my tool to do that, to be able to help as well, to push culture. You know, it's a responsibility for me, not just art for art's sake. Cinema for me is a tool for change.
I mean, at its best, film is a social medium. It's a medium that is inherently public. It's a medium for public discussion about public issues. And it's also a place for contemplation in the dark of profound challenges and difficulties. In that sense, it can be the most beautiful medium because it combines all the other mediums in a strange way. But fundamentally, it's because it's a public space for public discourse about public problems.
I did not start making films. Very often one doesn't start making films. One has a camera, one begins to filming certain images, certain realities. I began filming, collecting images, but I was not sure what film that will be. I was not making a film, I was filming. It's like, you know, breathing, like. I dedicated this retrospective to all the filmmakers, to all the artists in all the arts who do in the first place what they do because they believe in it, they have to do it no matter who says what, who likes it or dislikes it, but as it has to be done. I consider that art, those are the fragments of paradise that we still have here.